the two-player.
Okay.
The
Cold Soldier, it is
Cold
called.
Soldier. Yeah, I just saw the pictures and
Yeah.
it caught my eye.
Excellent, because I chose that picture illegally off the internet.
Okay.
I gave a little credit here,
Okay.
but I have no permission to use this, just because this is just a little paper I carry around.
Okay,
It's not a publication. So, in that case, we will need these. And the method for this game is a back and forth discussion in very careful rules.
Okay.
And the idea is that maybe it would be easiest if you play the one person plays the soldier, the other one plays the game master, effectively. But it is not the usual role for a game master. It's unusual. But we should decide first. What kind of dark master is this? The person who commands the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a powerful sorcerer, a genius scientist, or a vengeful god?
A vengeful god sounds
Okay.
Sounds interesting.
And then the time. Is this in the past or is it in the present?
Well, it could be in the present because we were in the past last time.
Okay. Yeah.
Or some
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. And then we will determine some details as we need. If it is in the present and a vengeful god, is this a god that people acknowledge and worship as a church or an institution now? Or is it some god that's coming either from the past or sideways in some way that has its own kind of view of the universe? And so you can let me know what you think is best. I will play that Dark Master. And which one do you prefer?
We should go with something that is widely known.
Okay. That makes it interesting. And okay, I think I can do that. So now you are going to determine some things about your character.
Okay.
And so it is clear, first of all, it is stated that you are dead.
Okay.
You are also rotting,
Okay.
or at least rotted.
Yes.
You will not, you will not fall apart.
No.
Because the Dark Master takes care of that. Now, this is the interesting part for a role-playing game. You cannot speak or communicate with others. And this is not just speech, it is your brain.
Yeah.
You cannot make signs or...
I cannot make sense of it,
Right.
even if people were...
Right, exactly.
Right.
You can't say that way by pointing and things like that. And so then you have very, very few memories at the moment. But you are going to determine, for purposes of our beginning, what killed you. Old age, illness, injury, suicide, or somebody killing you.
Well, illness is on the news. So
That's
let's go
true.
with that.
Okay. And then, what is your weapon? You are very useful to the Dark Master.
Mm-hmm.
So in some way, you strike fear or death into others. Something terrible. So what is it?
This is not sword or gun. Give me some. Do you have any examples? This is not a sword or a gun. So what is it? Could it be powerful?
Yes, absolutely. Anything.
Anything.
And that's why I won't give you examples,
Okay.
because this is your creative vision.
Let's go with tentacles
Okay.
from dark matter
Mm-hmm.
coming up from nowhere.
Yes, perfect. Okay. And so then how do you fight? Is this alone, or in a small group of creatures like you, or in a huge horde of...
I think I'm alone.
Okay.
Died alone in my bed.
Okay. So but the idea is that this is how you operate now. So the Dark Master does not have thousands of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is the idea. Or if they do, they operate alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so during play, you may describe what they look like and what they do. So you control those things. And so, but you don't use the words I think or I feel.
Okay.
So we will take this. We will take one of these jokers. These are Sudoku for some reason. And
it's based on normal playing cards.
yes. And there. Okay. So I've cut it almost in half. And one of these jokers, hur man säger på svenska?
Joker.
Joker. Okay. Så, en joker. Här. Andra bort. Okay. Så du kan blanda. Ja. Jag också. Här. And so we don't know where the joker is, but it is in there, the bottom somewhere.
Okay, it's in the bottom.
Yeah. So then, you are going to have a section of your board here for cards that you collect.
Okay. On my side?
Yes,
yeah.
but one for me and one for you.
Yes.
And we will not hold cards in a hand.
No?
That's not part of play.
Okay.
Now, the method is that I will describe the circumstance of your situation, but you are going to describe what you look like and what you do in it.
Okay.
And in some cases, how you get there.
Okay.
But we always begin with a command by the Dark Master telling you to do something. And I will tell you that we will lay out some cards and you will have options regarding whether you obey, what you remember, and how that relates to the success of the task.
Okay.
So but the cards, of course, are going to dictate your, the range of what will work and what will not.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have to adapt to what you see. So I have to think just a little bit now. An acknowledged God. Aha. Okay. Well, I'm going to be very straightforward, and I'm not going to try to be meta in some way.
Okay. No.
But I will say that there is in a harbor in Göteborg, there is going to be a yacht.
Okay.
This thing is 100 meters and more long, and it has many floors, and you can play sports on the deck, and it has private bars and bedrooms and things scattered through it. It is a luxury yacht. I don't know if you have seen these things. They are they're absurd. They look like the Jetsons.
They have a small jet ski or a small boat inside of them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
and pull out on the side of it.
Exactly, and they have a helipad too, right? So that is there, and you have in one of the rooms inside, and it is not immediately obvious from the outside. So this is more centrally located. Is completely arranged differently from the rest. The rest is just for recreation. This is very different. It's a little small, but it's big for a ship, and it is actually an altar.
Okay.
It is done in a very traditional religious appointment. But it is very strange because there is a Christian cross, and on either side, running up and down, are passages from the Quran. And then there's also written on the cross, going up and down in Hebrew.
Okay.
So it's obvious. You get the idea, right? And the symbols and the statements are taken from passages in all of the different holy books, parts of the Quran that most worshippers don't consider valid or useful.
Okay.
But some do. And the same thing from the Hebrew Bible, parts of the law that nobody follows today. And then parts of the New Testament, which are mostly from Revelations, which is the final book, which is strange, and which the Catholic Church barely recognizes, and the Orthodox Church doesn't even recognize as part of the Bible. And so all of them have to do with punishment. Right. So what you have is a very technological looking box that could hold a body.
Okay.
And it has just been opened. And the people who delivered it had biohazard suits.
Okay.
Right. And now they are gone. And the box is now opened. And in it, with plastic that had been put over the top of the hole of the case. So you open it, and now there's a sheet of plastic, and it is actually melted onto the edges. So somebody heated that so that it would melt tight. Yeah. So now, and now the person who is standing there, who is speaking in an ancient language, and there are several other people. They are all very Nordic looking and very affluent. Okay. Right. They are wearing very nice evening clothes, and the one who is speaking, so the hand is pressing up from the plastic inside, right? And and that's when you rip up from inside. So what do you look like?
When I'm rotted, so I have my clothes are the clothes that I'm still wearing are partly very not ripped, but they started to degenerate by insects.
Yes.
And my skin is it's a little bit bubbly, but also rotted, and parts have been eaten up by these insects and microorganisms that have attacked.
Is a male body?
Yeah.
Okay. And I am getting a strong image that some of the clothes have fallen into, like they hang off, right? Like strips in some places. Okay. Now the image also that I want to present, very important, is that every single person that was in this room is now blasted into ashes. Okay. And so there's some barely human shapes of ash still from the forces involved, still blowing off of the piles. Yeah. So there's nothing but you and this altar.
This cross of something.
Yeah. And all of the things that go with it. The whole room is all properly set up with religious stuff. Although there are no saints or pictures of that kind.
Okay. So
it's
no
all
icons.
Right, exactly. It's extremely just keep that in mind. There's nothing like that.